Hello everybody and welcome to the stream for tonight. Tonight we're going to be continuing the Fontaine Act 2 gameplay. I structured that sentence like there was more to say after Act 2, but there was not. Earlier today we tried to stream the start of Act 2. It didn't go so great because there was a lot of technical difficulties and I didn't eat beforehand. So now, technical difficulties are a thing of the past, hopefully. And I ate food, so yeah, we're all good to go. I don't know how long I'm gonna be going for tonight. The plan is to at least go for a couple hours because I was gonna be up till like 2 because I've been up till 2 normally for a while now. Just trying to, because I'll like get in bed at like 11 or like 12 and I'll be like, oh yeah, it's time to go to sleep. And then no, I won't go to sleep. So I figured if I'm gonna be up anyway, might as well stream a little bit and do our thing. So that's what we're gonna do. For those who weren't here earlier and who were here for Act 1, basically all that happened was we went to the hotel with Navia, and she treated us to a meal, but there was actually there was an attempt to dissolve her just with the water from the primordial sea, just like at the trial. And then we were jumped by a bunch of mechs and aided by Clorand as well as Navia as we passed out due to our hypersensitivity to the hydro element, and learned some interesting news, facts. So we're looking for someone named Vacher, and so we're going to regroup and figure out what to do next.
It's right up ahead, but let's make sure we weren't followed first.
I've been keeping watch, Demoiselle. I haven't spotted anyone suspicious thus far.
Have you seen the new Deadlock game? If you mean Deadlock like the Valve game, yeah. It's not particularly new, but I've seen the new update and everything like that. I really do want to play it. I have access to it, but I just haven't. I'm not able to play it at the moment due to an injury with my hand. So, but I've seen a lot of the gameplay of it, and I watch a lot of Deadlock streams. I watch SK play Deadlock. I really like watching their stream. So far, I really want to try Mina and Celeste. Those are the two characters that I really want to try in Deadlock for sure when I get around to it.
Huh, very good. But let's not let our guard down for now.
I shall find rooms.
You got early access from a random TikTok comment? That's kind of crazy.
Thank you, Malus. Now, let's continue, Traveler.
Have you played any of it yet? Saving it for stream? Makes sense. That would be quite humorous. Lizard. Well, there's another thing over here. I didn't realize there was a whole, like, town underneath here. Excited for Elsa Bloodstone? Me too. I'm excited. I'm curious to see how well I can play her. But she looks very, very fun. And it seems like there's a lot of, like, interesting combos you can do with not only her abilities, but her, like, ultimate. Fortnite. Fortnite! Hello, dummy. Oh, look! I have the thing on this time! What a wonder. Thank you for the daily check-in. Why are you saying Fortnite, though? Are you playing Fortnite? And thank you, Blazeman, for the daily check-in as well. Appreciate it. Enjoy your 13 Stardusts. I'm well aware of the Stardust that I have neglected to give you on account of my... oh. Fortnite. Yes, Fortnite. Blade and Kafka of Fortnite fame. Minecraft. Let's just name games that we play, or random games.
This is
Super Mario Party. It was on my desk.
Time unimagined.
Your accommodations have been arranged. Under the present circumstances, I can confidently say it's the best we have.
Well, so much for my expectations. Way to be annoying, traveler. Tomodachi life, living the dream. True. I can't wait for that game. I'm very excited for it. Thank you.
Well, our funds have been a little tight lately. After all, we don't allow illegal or unethical profiteering. In fact, our funds often come from citizenry who support us.
Seems like it's tough times for everyone. But if you have the support of the people, that does sound like it's worth it.
I don't know. I feel like I want to see Venti with a gun. I think Venti would be funny. Yeah, Paimon. That's Paimon. I think Venti would be very funny, but other than that, I can't really think of anyone. I thought of Ayaka first, just because Ayaka's like Ayaka, but as he lights up a small family.
To be honest, our financial situation was a lot better back when my father was in charge a few years ago. I'm afraid I'm not quite his equal.
Your father... He was the previous boss of Spina di Rosula, right? How did he...
Demoiselle, if you'll allow me to explain.
No. I'll explain it myself. I suppose I couldn't run from this topic forever. And as partners, this is something I hope they can understand.
Yes! Exclamation mark Discord. Which you're already in, Blazeman.
Yes. The same one they call Callus the Unfaithful in the streets. 3 years ago, he was accused of murdering his own friend. But he chose a duel to defend his honor instead of standing trial. He died in the duelist's ring.
Oh no.
But I do not believe my father was a murderer. I'm sure he was set up.
Wait, let me read that again. He was accused of murdering his own friend and dueled. Okay, instead of standing trial.
At the time, I believed that if he only stood trial and was duly investigated, something amiss would crop up and prove his innocence. But strangely, he not only requested the duel himself, but rumor has it that even after being seriously injured, to the point where he could be deemed as having lost the duel, he refused to surrender, determined to die in the arena. 3 years later, I still don't understand why he did that. How could he protect his honor if he's dead? If anything, he gave up his chance to defend himself.
Do you have any clues as to why?
The closest piece of info I have is that my father had been investigating the serial disappearances case at the time of his death.
Ah, so that's why you're so determined to get to the bottom of that case.
That's right. I've also tried to investigate the murder my father was implicated in, but I haven't found a single new clue in my countless reviews of the investigation records. However, I believe that if the murder case is related to those behind the disappearances, they must know something. I must know what really happened. Was my father coerced? Framed? Even if he really did kill his friend, I must get to the truth. If only he'd been more open with me when he was still alive.
Yes, the
He
dissolving
even hid the fact that
disappearances.
my mother died due to complications when giving birth to me. And now, here I am investigating his death. You really are a handful, aren't you, Papa?
Seeking the truth for the sake of your family. You know, we're quite alike in this regard.
Demoiselle, please, if there is anything I can do, anything at all.
I also will never believe that Master Callus murdered anyone. There are none whom I respect more than the two of you, Demoiselle.
Genshin's pretty fun. I played it since it came out a long time ago, like 5 years ago. It's definitely not for everyone because gachas aren't for everyone, but I'd say there's like a character for most people in this game.
Master Callus did so much good in life, yet all it took was one murder case for him to be dubbed Callus the Unfaithful. Even our supporters decreased greatly due to that incident, hence our strained finances at present.
Wait, if Callus was such a good man, wouldn't people at least be a little suspicious when he was accused?
No. Perhaps people just revel in that kind of drama. It's not something exclusive to people from Fontaine, really. Everyone's like that.
Oh, cool.
People love watching the evil turn over a new leaf, but they also enjoy watching good people fall into an abyss from one slip-up just as much.
Yeah, I took a long break, like I took years off of this game. It was during the time of Breath of the Wild, so I just played that instead. Yeah, that's fair. I took like years off this game because I just lost interest and wasn't really grabbed by any of the characters, really. Kind of, a little bit, sort of, yeah. But I really got into Star Rail, and then when Nodcry came out, this new, not this region, but the new region, like the newest updates, really got me back into the game. But I really like FURINA, who's like the main archon or god of this area, Fontaine. So I'm going back and playing through this these story quests because I really want to know what happens, and I've been relatively spoiler free. So, yeah.
But how could... never mind. If Callus was really falsely accused, we have to find the truth. He didn't deserve to have that happen to him.
There is one other thing. Master Callus's opponent in the duel was Ms. Clorand.
Oh, her? Well, then, isn't that as good as saying that she was the one who killed him?
No wonder the mood was a little strange between the two of you.
Yeah, that's not the sort of thing that you can just let go and move on from.
Ms. Clorand has always placed
That is
great
true.
emphasis on the honorable nature of the duel. If her opponent doesn't yield, she will not stop either. She knew Master Callus beforehand and greatly respected him, but seeing how he was resolute in the arena, there was only ever one choice she could have made.
It's not that I don't understand her at all, but I just can't deal with this yet.
Don't worry, Navia. Paimon knows how you feel. You don't
Do
have
you,
to force
Paimon?
yourself to do that.
Afterward, Ms. Clorand told us that at the start of the duel, Master Callus requested that she ensure Demoiselle Navia's safety.
Then that indicates that he intended to die in that duel.
Yes, that is our understanding as well.
Oh, Papa. What madness drove you to ask the person who killed you to take care of me? All right, anyway, that's the information I wanted to share with you. Even if it did sound like I was just complaining towards the end.
No, it's alright. I understand how important this is to you.
Thanks. You two should go and rest. This was quite a day after all.
Yeah,
Yeah!
Paimon's feet.
Please, relax and get some sleep. We will ensure you rest soundly.
Thank you, Silver. Oh, and speaking of gambling, watch this! Eloa, 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 Eloa. Please! 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 It's a fucking rain slasher, god damn it! You couldn't have given me, like, at least a character? God, whatever. Alright, that's the last temple I'm doing on this banner. I'm at 20 pity. Oh, FURINA, don't climb the door.
Whether it be responsibility for Spina di Rosula or Master Callus's death, it all landed on Demoiselle's shoulders so suddenly. This won't do. I must become stronger.
Oh, I was like, okay, thanks, Silver, but I wanted to rest. A peaceful night passes under the Spina di Rosula's protection.
Paimon slept so well. This place feels almost too safe. Huh? Navia? Where did the other two go?
I sent them back to Poisson. It's Spina di Rosula's place
Poisson?
of origin, and where we have our headquarters. There's not much for them to do here at the moment.
Paimon gets the feeling that you're just trying to get them off your back. But never mind that. When did you get back? Were you waiting here the whole time?
No, I just returned after going out for a while. I did some investigating yesterday regarding the name Vache.
Wait, so you didn't sleep at all?
Who needs
How
EPs?
could I after having such critical new evidence appear?
Guess Paimon wasn't speaking for everyone just now, huh?
Unfortunately, this name seems to have been wiped from existence. It doesn't seem to have a match anywhere. I suspect that those behind this have already taken steps to hinder an investigation from this angle. But that does prove that this Vache person is a key witness in the incident.
Does that mean we're too late, though?
No. There is one ray of hope. One place in Fontaine that they would find almost impossible to threaten, no matter how much they wanted to. And that is the archives kept by Chief Justice Neuvillette. A place where detailed files on all the cases in recent years are kept. If the Oceanid you met is one of the young women who
Oceanid?
went missing recently, we should be able to find some related information there.
It's not Oceanid?
So Neuvillette maintains an archive of case files? Whew. Guess that's the hard-working Chief Justice for you. In that case, let's go talk to him, shall we? Aren't you coming along, Navia? Did you get tired?
Let's just go talk to the Chief Justice.
No, it's nothing. Let's go see the Honorable Chief Justice.
The truth lost with the rain. Go to Police Memoria. Or go to the Chief Justice office. Never mind. That's the actual one we're supposed to go to. Shoop.
The Palais is right up ahead. Come on.
Yippee! There!
Halt! Please state your business here. The Chief Justice is presently occupied with official matters.
Huh. This place does look pretty heavily guarded. guess that proves that Nervalet's
Way to say
trials
something
are
incredibly
really
suspicious,
secure.
Paimon.
Hey, don't you recognize us?
Huh? Who are you? Just to be clear, I don't care who you are or who you might be related to. Our rules make no exceptions.
See? They've got great discipline, too.
Yep. Paimon can tell.
If you're here just to crack jokes, I can point you towards the exit. Unlike some, we're busy, so please leave if you don't have a reason to be here.
No. What I meant to say is, shouldn't you remember us from a few days ago? We were at the trial of the great magician Linny.
Oh, yes, I remember. I read about it in the Steambird. You must be Linny's attorneys. It's all coming back to me now.
We're here today to report and archive some information on a follow-up case.
Huh. Is that even a thing?
Is that even a thing?
Of course. Don't worry. We're here on official business. You can trust us.
Well, right
Said
then,
most
I'll let you
suspiciously.
through. The Chief Justice is just inside.
Damn, folded
thanks
really,
so much.
really fast. Gambit would never.
Please come in.
Of course, yes. Hello. Hello, Monsieur Nouvelette.
Sorry to barge in, Monsieur Nervalet. We only lied to get in because we didn't know any other way.
He didn't know yet!
It's all right. Please let me know how I may be of assistance to you.
So you're not mad at us?
We're looking for a man called Vacher. He may have been an eyewitness in the serial disappearances case. If we can find him, we may be able to unearth some key information on the case.
Ah, I see. In that case, please wait here a moment while I browse through the files.
Who knew that Nervalet would be so easy to talk to?
He's just a little guy. Time's a ticking.
Unfortunately, I'm quite certain that no one by the name of Vacher has been involved in any case, criminal or civil, in the past several years. There are no records of him either in the files or in my memory.
Guess that's that. So we're back to square one.
Traveler, what if it was really just a dream?
Is that so? All right then. Thank you so much, Monsieur Neuvillette. We'll take our leave now.
Ahem. Miss Navia, I can understand how you feel. Your father, Callus, was a truly exceptional man. We deeply regret his passing.
And what are you trying to say, Monsieur Neuvillette? Are you trying to console me? Extend your sympathy? Or just express some tendril of regret? No. You are not trying to do any of that. I can hear it in your voice. There's no emotion behind your words. You only said those things because you felt like you should. It's just like last time. After my father took his place in the duelist ring, I pushed through the guards to talk to you as a last resort. You even told me then that you thought there was something fishy with the case, yet you still allowed the duel to go ahead. In your eyes, the value of a human life is nothing compared to those cold laws you hold so dear. If you truly regret my father's death, then why didn't you call a stop to the duel? Why didn't you give me the power to stop him from throwing his life away? Why did you just let him die, despised and hated by all? Everything was hanging on a thread at that moment. Just the tiniest effort could have changed everything. There are still so many things I never got to tell him. So many questions he still owes me answers to. If you really have no heart, then just look me in the eyes. I, Navia, will show you the true meaning of regret.
I'm sorry, Miss Navia.
You and my father are truly alike. You keep all kinds of things in your heart and never say a word to anyone. It's not so much that you can't feel, but that you would never express anything. Oh well. In any case, everyone already knows full well the apathy of the Chief Justice. My apologies for taking my emotions out on you, Monsieur Chief Justice. Let's go, Traveler and Paimon.
Navia, are you okay?
I'm
As
fine.
it starts to rain.
Rain. It's raining.
You're right. Wasn't it still sunny when we went into the building? And there shouldn't be any active trials today. How strange.
Now that I think of it, on the day my father was convicted of murder, it was also raining.
Rain.
What is it? Did you think of something?
Your father's case. Was he outside when it happened?
Yeah, he was outside. It was uncovered and the rain could fall there. Why? Do you think the rain could have affected the crime scene? That thought has occurred to us before. We've even expanded the search area to try to account for that, but didn't find anything of value.
But there was something you didn't know at the time.
Oh? Wait. You don't mean...
The fact that people can be turned into water.
So you're saying that the true murderer could have been turned into water and then got washed away with the rain? Yeah. And if that's what had happened, then no one would have believed your dad, even if he explained what he saw to the authorities.
I really think I found a true genius for a partner. You're completely right. How did I not connect the dots earlier? All right, let's go to Poisson. With this new lead in mind, we'll get to the bottom of my father's case for sure.
Yeah, we're gonna make progress for sure this time.
Do you want to go with me now? Or do you want to head over by yourself later?
We should go while the idea's still fresh.
Great. Let's go then.
Poisson. Whee! Oh god.
Whoa, what a huge ship! Why would a ship be anchored at a place like this?
Ad starting soon.
There's no need to be so surprised. While it may look like a ship, it's actually Spina di Rosula's headquarters. My father was the one who asked for it to be built like this. Perhaps our taste in exterior design is the only thing we occasionally had in common. A gigantic and glamorous ship embodies discovery, opportunity, ambition, and conquest. It symbolizes Spina di Rosula's bright and limitless future.
I think I'm starting to get why you like it.
And Paimon thought you were bluffing when you said Spina di Rosula had a glorious past. Paimon was confused why a group with such a history would live in the sewers. But now that Paimon has seen this ship for herself, she's been convinced.
Convinced.
Well, Poisson is where Spina di Rosula began, after all. It's our main base, our home.
Talk to Malus on the ship. there, Oh, whoa. Oh, there's a Hydroculus down there. Hold on. There we go. Now, how do we get up there? All right.
It's important to Inspector.
Yep, they might have it good.
Ah, cute little star hanging out. Hello, Maloose. It's a cat!
Maloose, we're back.
Apologies for the wait, demoiselle, and our most important partners. You said before that you still had some business at the court. What brings you back to Poisson so quickly?
About that. It's because my partner here reminded me of something really important. You see, what if my father's case had something to do with water from the primordial sea? You still remember, right, Maloose? On that night, it was raining?
Yes, the case was quite similar to that of Mr. Linney's. Both were what you'd call impossible murders.
Could the mastermind be the same person?
Could you tell us a bit more about what happened before?
Yeah, of course. Many years ago, something called synth began to gain popularity in Poisson. At a glance, it was a kind of drink that could excite your mood and produce many pleasant hallucinations.
Wait! Didn't that guard guy who turned into water also mention that the primordial water could be used to produce some kind of potion?
Yeah.
Yes, he did. Considering what we know now, it's almost certain that synth is created using water from the primordial sea. If you drink synth for an extended amount of time, you'll suffer many side effects, such as losing the ability to focus or control your emotions. And if you were to stop drinking it completely, you'll experience flashes of paranoia and anxiety while lacking energy to do anything. It's an extremely dangerous substance. As he oversaw Poisson, my father was compelled to put a stop to synth abuse and called for a complete ban of it.
Boss's uncompromising attitude incurred the synth vendor's wrath, but no matter how much they threatened or bribed him, he refused to yield. Not only that, Boss became determined to find the mastermind behind the synth operation and put an end to the problem once and for all.
Yes, but the enemy was very cunning. So he could never get anything out of the dealers, all of whom only sold the stuff and weren't privy to the rest of the operation. Recognizing that, my father decided to contact the dealers in secret and cultivate personal relationships with them. Finally, he was able to convince someone to become his informant. The man's name was Jacques. He felt greatly ashamed about his work after seeing many families destroyed by synth abuse. That night, my father hosted a banquet at his countryside estate. He planned to meet up and exchange information with Jacques over some food. But then, we heard 2 gunshots from the courtyard. We raced to the scene and found my father, still holding a gun, and Jacques, who was already dead on the ground.
Huh? How did that happen? Aren't they on the same side?
Sounds just like Lenny's case, doesn't it? In both cases, the culprit seemed obvious, but neither appeared to have any motive at all. Looking back on it, though, I now believe the most important clue was something we all overlooked at the time. There were pieces of clothing left at the scene.
So they could have belonged to someone who got dissolved.
Precisely. It's all thanks to you that I made the connection now. Back then, we all just thought they were some costumes that Jacques used to disguise himself at the banquet. But, considering it now, it's almost certain that they belong to a third person at the scene. With one extra person, we'll also need to reconsider why the 2 shots were fired.
Maybe your father got into an argument with Jacques, but it's also possible that the third person was to blame.
You're right. We still don't know what happened. But my intuition tells me that we're on the right track to figuring it all out. I'm finally headed towards the truth.
Jacques was an empathetic man who was infinitely remorseful for his past actions. It's unlikely that he turned on Boss with 0 warning. I think this third person is probably the key to the full truth. On that note, however, even though this will not please you, demoiselle, as your and your father's butler, I must still offer a word of warning. Our opponent is insidious and cruel. They are extremely difficult to deal with, and Boss has already lost his life trying to bring them to justice. Even though Spina de Rosula has lost most of its former glory, Poisson has welcomed a new time of peace, and we have been allowed to live out our lives. There is no need to follow your father's path. It would be both wise and in line with Boss's wishes to step back and give up on the case.
If that's indeed what he wished for, then he should have told me that himself. Was I not the closest person to him? And yet, I was the one most kept in the dark. What was the point of him dying without sharing any of the secrets he knew? Did he manage to protect anything in the end? Synth is still here. Callus the Unfaithful is still his epithet. And Spina di Rosula is barely getting by. Nothing has changed. Did he think I'd just accept his meaningless death and live out my life just as meaninglessly? I've never accepted that. Ever. Not since that day, and certainly not now. I want to find out the real answer for everyone's sake. For the missing girls, for the victims, and for myself.
Navia.
This is indeed the best moment to act. Your partner appears to be quite reliable, and more importantly, demoiselle, I think you're also ready to take this on.
So you do know something else, Malus?
Yes, I do. In fact, even before that banquet, Boss already knew of the connection between Synth and the serial disappearances case. But what drove all the tensions to the boiling point was the revelation that you, demoiselle, had been selected as the next target to disappear.
What?
Boss also didn't tell you that he had been diagnosed with a rare illness. The doctors told him that he had no more than 5 years left to live. And the serial disappearances case caused him great anxiety. 5 years was nowhere near enough time to resolve this long-standing conflict. But once he passed away, all the danger would pass on to you. Knowing all of this, he decided to use one final intimidation tactic before his death. He claimed to have already gotten his hands on some key incriminating evidence for the other side, and even told some members of Spina di Rosula about the details. But as long as you remained safe, he would not share the evidence with the public. If something were to happen to you, then he and all those he told would immediately expose all they knew about Synth and the disappeared victims.
Right, so nobody would be able to get off scot-free.
As we've seen, Boss's tactic has worked. Even though Boss has been gone for a long time, the other side has not tried to take Demoiselle's life.
No, I don't believe it. He never appeared to look sick to me.
No father wants their daughter to see them weak and haggard, especially someone as proud as Boss. To him, dying in a duel and suffering lasting dishonor as the unfaithful were still far preferable than losing face in front of his daughter.
So he chose to die in silence, so that he could protect me.
I'm afraid you're not understanding this correctly, demoiselle. What Boss wanted to hand to you was not a parasol, but a sword. If Boss's spirit could hear you telling me that you want to find the answer for the sake of everyone involved, I'm sure he'd be extremely proud.
That fool. Couldn't he have just given it to me straight? No. He might have set up everything precisely because he never thought I'd be able to understand him. Is that the amount of confidence he had in me? And what if I was never able to make it to where I am now?
He gave you the choice to live how you want.
Yeah. I suppose that's true. With the way he'd set things up, if I had wanted, I could have just lived out my life without a care in the world. But thankfully, he rarely talked to me about complex matters, and thus understood little of me as a person. In this case, he really didn't need to give me an easy way out. Huh. Malus, what was the key evidence that he shared with you?
It's the location where synth is produced. Essentially, it's the enemy's headquarters. When he was threatening the enemy, Boss didn't share the specifics of the incriminating evidence he found. But if you want to use it against the enemy, you'll still have to take several things into consideration.
Why? If we know where the place is, can't we just go storming in?
Yeah, Paimon.
You mustn't forget that we're fighting against a mysterious and dangerous organization that's been in operation for decades. There's no telling what might be lying in wait at their headquarters. We also have no idea what kind of evidence we may be able to find inside, nor what people we may be able to capture. But a single visit to their headquarters would be tantamount to a formal declaration of war. The worst case would be that we leave empty-handed, but also open ourselves up to full retaliation.
Then, in that case, why not work with the Fontaine authorities?
Well, you saw one of them dissolve during Mr. Linney's case. We have no idea just how thoroughly they may have been infiltrated.
Huh. That's true. Seems my father really had no choice. But things are different now. It should be a lot easier to prove the other side's guilt, now that we've connected Synth with the disappearances case.
You sound like you've put a lot of thought into this, Malus.
I am the butler, after all. I live but to serve the boss and demoiselle's will. I've always been willing to take on any kind of risk for your sake. But considering my relative lack of ability, I've spent my time keeping secrets, performing basic investigations, and waiting for the right time to come.
Thank you for all of that, Malus. Have you discovered anything new in the past few years?
Let me think. One conclusion I came to was that the enemy must be quite familiar with Spina di Rosula, or at least have an informant planted here. When I announced orders to the organization's members on Demoiselle's behalf, I used to deliberately keep a few people in the dark and observe the reactions of the synth vendors. If the vendors didn't change their plans, then the individuals informed of our orders must be innocent. If the vendors packed up and fled, however, then someone must have given them the news. After several rounds of testing and investigative tracing, I've narrowed the suspect list down to 3 people. The first is Florent, Spina di Rosula's senior advisor.
Florent.
Huh? Florent?
Yes, surprising, isn't it? He was one of the people Boss trusted the most, which also means that he was someone who understood Boss really well. Thanks to his position within Boss's innermost circle, he always knew our upcoming plans and could thus avoid capture this whole time. There's someone else like him too. Marcel, the head of Confrérie of Cabrières.
Uncle Marcel.
What is this confrère?
It's a guild in Poisson. Boss helped it to grow to its current size and prominence. In the beginning, they were only reselling some daily goods, but now they're one of the richest guilds around with a lot of business connections in the city.
So, They're like a sister organization of Spina di Rosula?
Yes, you can say that. When we were fighting against the synth dealers, they provided us with plenty of support. It's a bit difficult to imagine someone using their own money to hunt down themselves.
The final suspect is Thierry, the man responsible for coordinating information between Spina di Rosula and the guards. Although the guards mostly leave us to our own devices, there are still many activities we have to report to the local authorities. Since Thierry is always in the know about our current activities, he could theoretically always plan one step ahead.
I see. These are all people who I communicate with quite regularly. To think that the enemy we've been fighting against has been right next to me all along, among those I trust the most. It's almost too hard to believe.
If you want to investigate them, please take every precaution to not alert the quarry. Judging from our experience, the enemy is extremely cautious.
Of course. And thank you, Malus. You've provided us with a lot of great information.
You're too kind, my lady. I'm just doing my duty. And before I forget, proving Boss's innocence would also mean clearing him of blame in Jacques' death. After that incident, Jacques' wife and daughter were taken into the Spina's care. They still live in Poisson today. If it might help, you could also pay them a visit. I can make the necessary arrangements.
I'm sure that'll go splendidly.
Thank you so much, Malus. You really are the best.
A new case awaits, my dear partner.
Leave it to me.
I hope we can work together to uncover the truth and end this case once and for all.
Callus's case records. 3 years ago on a rainy night, banquet goers heard 2 gunshots outside the house. When they rushed to the scene, Callus had a gun in his hands and Jacques had been shot and slain. Based on the investigations done then, there was no possibility that anyone else could have done the deed and escaped. And Callus was thus adjudged to have been the culprit. Alright, real quick, I'm gonna go run and get a snack. I'll be right back. I shouldn't take more than a few minutes. Beep. Beep.
Tea parties are a must for the well-mannered. If you'd like to learn the proper etiquette, I'd be happy to teach you. Being too popular can be such a hassle. Who knew the people would adore me so much? Boring. Isn't there anything else more interesting to do? Tea parties are a must for the well-mannered. If you'd like to learn the proper etiquette, I'd be happy to teach you.
Alright, I'm back, and upon a little bit of introspection, I think I really should end the stream. I don't have to be up super early tomorrow, but I need to be up at a decent hour, and then I also am doing a bunch of stuff tomorrow where I'm going to see a movie, I have an appointment, and I have to prepare for the Star Rail stream, so I want to rest enough tonight. So I think we streamed for an hour, so like total it's like an hour and a half together. Well, I would have liked to stream longer, and I could still keep going. I do think I am going to call it. It's a good place to stop. We're like right at the beginning of the investigation. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Sorry for like the all over the placeness tonight. I will strive to make sure that that doesn't happen as frequently as it did today with the technical difficulties and just being kind of unprepared for a stream. But for those who have seen the schedule on Blue Sky and in Discord, tomorrow at 10 p.m. EST, we're going to be playing the Star Rail 4.0 update. And then on Friday, well, as long as that's actually when the update goes live, we'll be playing it. And then on Friday, we're going to be playing Elsa Bloodstone and Marvel Rivals, the new character that's set to release. And then we're also going to be doing all of the new events and all that kind of good stuff. So follow me on Blue Sky and on Discord for more information about when I go live. And if you would like to see any streams that you've missed, subscribe to my VOD channel, youtube.com/AstreasVods. And you can see any streams that you have perchance missed. As long as they are not still up on Twitch, they will be uploaded to YouTube. If they're still on Twitch, they will be uploaded before they go away on Twitch. So that's typically, I'm a little bit bad at uploading them like right away, but I always make sure that they're uploaded before they expire, the VODs expire on Twitch. But anyway, that's it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys tomorrow for Star Rail and maybe State of Play. The PlayStation State of Play is tomorrow, so we might watch that. I don't know exactly when that is. I think it's at like 5 EST, 6 EST. So we'd have to do a couple things to like augment that and be to fill the time before